Watching the palm trees lean against the violet sky. Got the slow rhythm moving, time is passing by. Mama's on the porch, smell of jasmine in the breeze. Life is just a heavy dream, moving with such ease. Got my brothers on the corner, just a silent nod. Walking on this golden earth, feeling like a god. No need for the shouting, no need for the noise. Just a static in the air, and these city joys. Remembering the Sunday drives down to the shore. My old man had the stories, always wanting more. He said keep your head low but keep your spirit high. Watching all the seagulls circle in the summer sky. The grill is smoking steady in the backyard lot. Grateful for the little things, for everything we got. No static in the signal, just a hazy flow. Watching out at California embers start to glow. Ooh, yeah. Where the bass meets the soul. Losing all the pressure, losing all control. Golden State dreams in a velvet lined room. Waiting for the silver night to finally room. Where the bass meets the soul. Losing all the pressure, losing all control. Golden State dreams in a velvet lined room. Waiting for the silver night to finally. Met a girl from the valley with the golden hair. We don't say a word, just the silence that we share. Cruising down the boulevard, 1994. Looking for the peace that we were searching for. Family is an anchor when the waves get rough. Knowing that the love we have is always quiet enough. Keep the windows rolled up, keep the bass real deep, while the rest of the weary world is falling fast asleep. The smoke rings rising, dancing with the silver moon. I'll be heading back to the neighborhood real soon. The concrete is warm, holding on to the day. Watching all the shadows as they start to fade away. It's a velvet world, wrapped in a sub-bass cloud. Thinking real quiet, never acting real loud. Just another chapter in the book of the street. Finding all the magic in the slow motion beat. Midnight on the block, the air is thick and sweet. Feeling every vibration, leave my tired feet. My brother's in the garage, working on the chrome. This concrete jungle is the only place called home. Watching the streetlights flicker in a steady line. Everything is moving slow, everything is fine. No need to rush the moment, let the rhythm take the lead. In this California garden, we planted every seed. Thinking about my cousins, laughing in the park. Before the city lights came to chase away the dark. Grandma's in the garden, tending to the rose. That's just how the story of the neighborhood goes. Simple conversations, nothing left to prove. Just finding our position in this heavy groove. Keep the volume low, but let the bass hit the chest. In this golden sanctuary, we finally find our rest. Cruising through the night, where the shadows play. Waiting for the neon lights to wash the world away. Velvet on the track, silver in the air. Lost inside the boulevard without a single care. Yeah. Met a lady by the pier, eyes like the deep blue. She told me that the old ways are the only ones true. We sat up on the sand, watching ships go by, underneath the purple of a late July sky. Family ties are tighter than the laces on my shoes, giving us the strength so we never have to lose. Focus on the family, focus on the soul, letting go of everything to finally feel whole. The city is a lullaby, humming soft and low. Through the hazy windows, watching spirits flow. No more chasing shadows, no more running blind. Leaving all the static of the busy world behind. Just a mumble in the dark, a secret for the street. Keeping perfect timing with the heavy-hearted beat. The boulevard is quiet now, the stars are looking down. Wearing the silence like a heavy golden crown. Cruising through the night, where the shadows play. Waiting for the neon lights to wash the world away. Velvet on the track, silver in the air. Lost inside a boulevard without a single care.
quiet, barely hear a single sound except the low frequency rattling the window pane, washing all the stress away like the summer rain. Got a glass of cold tea, ice cubes clicking slow, watching how the neighborhood starts to catch a glow. No need for the drama, no need for the fight, just soaking up the magic of this velvet covered night. Remembering my uncle leaning on his old truck, telling me that life is more than just a bit of luck. It's about the family, the people that you hold, better than the silver, better than the heavy gold. We watch the sunset bleed into a deep maroon, humming to the rhythm of a low and dusty tune. Everything is mellow, everything is in its place, seeing all the history written on a familiar face. Low and slow, let the frequency take hold, living out the stories that the ancestors told. Deep in the haze where the reality is blurred, finding all the meaning in a single whisper word. Low and slow, let the frequency take hold, living out the stories that the ancestors told. Deep in the haze where the reality is blurred, finding all the meaning in a single whisper word. Hey. Met a girl from Compton, she had a gentle way, turning all the stormy nights into a sunny day. We walked along the shoreline, salt air in our hair, finding all the beauty in the moments that we share. Family reunion, smoke rising from the coals, connecting all the pieces of our weary wandering souls. Keep the bass heavy, keep the spirit feeling light, moving like a shadow through the middle of the night. The stars are hanging low like diamonds in the sky, watching all the memories as they slowly wander by. No more loud talking, no more shouting at the moon. Everything is falling to a perfect quiet tune. The porch is getting cold now, but the heart is feeling warm, finding our own shelter in the middle of the storm. Just a muffled whisper, a ghost upon the track, moving into the future, never looking back.
Early morning mist, creeping over the canyon wall, waiting for the silence to answer every single call. My little sister's laughing, running through the yard. Growing up in Cali, man, it shouldn't be this hard, but we find the beauty in the cracks of the street, keeping our balance on these rhythmic heavy feet. Got a fresh cup of coffee, steam rising in the air, looking at the valley without a single care. Pops in the driveway, polishing the old hubcaps, mapping out the city, avoiding all the little traps. He taught me how to breathe, taught me how to see the difference between who I am and who I wanna be. The neighborhood is waking, a slow and steady hum, beating like the rhythm of a distant dusty drum. We keep it in the family, keep the circle real tight, building up the fire to get us through the night. Lavender skies turning into deepest gray, watching all the static of the world just fade away. Underwater dreams, swimming in a bay sea, finding where the spirit is finally feeling free. Met a girl from Venice, she painted with her eyes, told me all the truths hidden under all the lies. We drove up to the overlook, watched the city glow, talking about the things that only local people know. Sunday afternoon, the park is full of life and soul, everyone is playing their own quiet, steady role. Keep the windows cracked, let the lavender scent in. This is where the story of the day starts to begin. Sun is sinking low, now a giant orange ball, shadows getting longer, stretching out against the wall. No more empty promises, no more wasted breath, just a quiet walk between the life and the death of a summer evening, cooling down the heated ground, lost inside the texture of this heavy muffled sound. A mumble in the breeze, a whisper in the grain, finding all the sunshine inside the misty rain. Yeah. Lavender skies turning into deepest gray, watching all the static of the world just fade away. Underwater dreams, swimming in a bay sea, finding where the spirit is finally feeling free.
Sunday morning breeze blowing through the screen door, tracing all the patterns on the dusty wooden floor. Mama's frying catfish, smell is drifting down the hall. Pictures of the family hanging steady on the wall. I'm leaning on the fence, watching clouds move slow, thinking about the seeds that we managed to grow. No need for the shouting, no need for the rush, just the velvet silence and the morning's golden plush. My brother bought a cruiser, candy blue and chrome, driving through the streets that we always called our home. We passed by the old park where we learned to play. Everything is different but it feels the same today. Just a couple G's growing old and staying wise, looking at the world through these heavy tired eyes. Keep the circle small, keep the love real deep. Promises we made are the ones we're gonna keep. Signals in the air, rising like the morning steam, living out the vision of a California dream. Low in theory, vibrating through the chest. In this hazy valley we find our final show. Signals in the air, rising like the morning steam, living out the vision of a California dream. Low in theory, vibrating through the chest. In this hazy valley we find our final. Met a girl from Echo Park, she had a vented soul, told me how the pieces of the heart become a whole. We sat beneath the willow, watching shadows dance, giving every moment just a little bit of chance. Family gathering, laughter bouncing off the brick. Life is moving fast, but the atmosphere is thick. Keep the bass rolling, let the frequency expand. Writing our own story on the golden coastal sand. Sun is getting high now, burning through the haze, lost inside the rhythm of these slow and steady days. No more chasing ghosts, no more running from the truth, finding all the wisdom that we lacked inside our youth. Just a muffled mumble floating on a heavy track, heading for the horizon, never looking back. The smoke signals rise, disappearing in the blue. Everything I'm doing, man, I do it for the crew. Man, I do it for the crew. If another means another can, another can, another can, another. In this hazy valley, find all time ahead. Living out the vision of a California dream. In this hazy valley, we find our final rest.
Staring at the water, silver ripples in the night, reflecting all the neon in the flickering street light. Got my cousins on the bench talking about the old days when the world was simpler, lost inside the purple haze. The air is cool and damp coming off the canyon floor. We don't need the city lights, we don't need them anymore. Just a heavy vibration rattling in the ear, finding all the peace of mind, finishing the quiet year. My pops used to tell me while he fixed the kitchen sink, life will pass you by, sound faster than a steady blink. So I'm sitting here watching every second crawl, writing all my memories on the shadows of the wall. Family is the heartbeat, pumping through the neighborhood, doing what we have to, doing only what is good. No shouting in the hallway, no slamming at the door, just the velvet rhythm walking on the ocean floor.
Sinking in the silver, drowning in the deep, secrets that the valley and the lonely mountains keep. Low in lullaby, humming in the dark, leaving just a whisper, leaving just a mark.
Met the girl by the lake, she had a quiet, steady grace, searching for the sunlight on the tide, a beautiful face. We didn't say a word, let the heavy bass speak, finding all the hidden power when the body's feeling weak. Sunday dinner's over, everyone is feeling blessed, underneath the palm trees, taking time to finally rest. Keep the frequency low, let the lavender remain, washing out the sorrow, washing out the dusty grain. The moon is hanging steady, a silver coin in the sky, watching all the heavy clouds slowly drifting by. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the soul, finding out the broken parts finally become a whole. Just a mumble in the mist, a shadow on the chrome, coming back to Cali, coming back to find our home. The bass is like a blanket wrapped around the weary mind, leaving all the static in the noisy world behind.
Sinking in the silver, drowning in the deep, sinking secrets that the valley and the lonely mountains keep. Low in lullaby, humming in the dark, leaving just a whisper, leaving just a mark.
Driving up the canyon, lights cutting through the dark, leaving all the city noise, looking for a little spark of the way it used to be back in 1992, when the world was wide open and the sky was deeper blue. Got my brother in the passenger, nodding to the beat, feeling all the engine heat beneath our tired feet. No need for the conversation, no need for the talk, just the way the shadows dance upon the mountain rock. Remembering my mama's garden, roses in the heat, and the way the summer pavement burned against our feet. She taught us how to love the land, how to stand our ground, even when the world is trying to keep us tightly bound. Now we're growing older, moving with a steady grace, seeing all the years reflected in a brother's face. Keep the windows down a bit, let the mountain air inside, taking all the memories for a long and dusty ride. Canyon shadows falling, drifting in the deep. Promises we made and the ones we're gonna keep. Underwater rhythm, vibrating in the chest. In this golden valley we find our place to rest. Met a girl from Topanga, lived inside a wooden shack. Told me once you leave the hill, you never really come back. We watched the fog roll in, covering the valley floor like a heavy velvet curtain, closing on a heavy door. Family tree is rooted deep, stretching through the sand, holding on to every piece of this beautiful land. Keep the bass rolling slow, let the frequency expand, writing out our legacy with a steady quiet. The stars are getting brighter as the city fades away, waiting for the silver moon to turn the night to day. No more chasing after ghosts, no more running from the truth, finding all the beauty that we missed inside our youth. Just a mumble in the breeze, a whisper on the track, heading for the summit now, never looking back. The bass is like a heartbeat, steady and so true. Everything I'm building, man, I'm building it for you. Cruising down the Sunset Strip, neon blurring in the haze, lost inside the memories of these long and golden days. My uncle had a coupe de ville, shining in the afternoon. Now I'm sitting here just humming to a dusty, low end tune, watching people rush around, chasing things I'll never hold, while I'm finding all the beauty in the stories yet untold. Just a quiet vibration, moving through the leather seat, keeping my own pace upon this weary city street. Remembering the family cookout, smoke rising to the sky, watching all the older heads let the heavy years go by. They taught me how to listen close, how to hear the hidden sound between the noisy city streets and the sacred quiet ground. Now my brother's got a son, eyes like the morning sea, building up a future for the man he's gonna be. Keep the volume steady low, let the bass line do the talk as we take another slow and steady midnight walk. Over by shadows, drifting in the deep, secrets of the boulevard that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul, letting go of everything to finally feel low. Lullaby shadows, drifting in the deep, secrets of the boulevard that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul, letting go of everything to finally feel whole. Met a lady by the fountain, she had flowers in her hair, spoke about the simple things, the magic in the air. We didn't need the bright lights, we didn't need the fame, just a quiet understanding, just the honor of the name. Yeah. Family dinner Sunday night, laughter through the open door, spilling out like sunlight on the polished kitchen floor. Keep the frequency real low, let the atmosphere expand, holding all the history in the palm of our hand. The
Moon is rising higher now, a sliver in the black. Moving through the neighborhood, never looking back. No more fighting for the crown, no more shouting at the wind. Finding where the end starts and where we all begin. Just a mumble in the dark, a shadow on the chrome. Finding my own peace of mind, finding my own home. The base is like a blanket, keeping out the cold. Writing out the legacy in the silver and the gold. Lullaby shadows drifting in the deep. Secrets of the boulevards that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul. Letting go of everything to finally feel whole.
Waking up to the valley mist, rolling through the orange trees, feeling all the ancient spirits moving in the morning breeze. My sister's in the garden picking lemons from the branch. Life is just a quiet house on a quiet little ranch. We don't talk about the struggle, we don't talk about the pain. Just the way the sunlight looks after all the winter rain. Got the sub bass hitting soft, rattling the coffee cup. Looking at the mountain peaks, never once looking up. Remembering my grandfather sitting in his favorite chair, telling me that peace of mind is something that is truly rare. He had hands like warm leather, heart like a golden mine. Taught me how to take my time, how to let the spirit shine. Now I'm walking in his shoes through the dusty canyon flow, finding all the things I need and a little bit more. Keep the windows rolled up tight, let the hazy rhythm flow. Watching how the childhood memories start to catch a glow.
Whispers in the valley, drifting in the gray. Watching all the static of the world just fade away. Underwater magic, pulsing in the chest. In this quiet sanctuary, we find our place.
Met a girl from Santa Monica with the ocean in the gate. She said patience is a virtue, son, you just gotta wait. We sat upon the porch swing, watching hummingbirds fly underneath the heavy blue of a California sky. Family gathering at noon, place piled with the soul. Finding how the little parts make the heavy spirit whole. Keep the frequency real low, let the lavender remain. Washing out the ego, washing out the dusty grain.
The sun is at its highest point, burning through the thick air. But we're sitting in the shade, without a single care. No more shouting at the shadow, no more running from the light. Just a steady preparation for the coming of the night.
Just a mumble in the heat, a shadow on the wood. Doing what we have to do, doing only what is good. The bass is like a river flowing deep and very wide, taking all our worries for a long and dusty ride.
Whispers in the valley, drifting in the gray. Watching all the static of the world just fade away. Underwater magic, pulsing in the chest. In this quiet sanctuary, we find our place to rest. Find our place to rest.
Staring at the shoreline, where the sand meets the deep. Watching all the secrets the Pacific's gonna keep. Got my brother on the jetty, fishing in the early light. Thinking about the journey, thinking about the long night. Mama sent a prayer with the salt in the breeze. Life is moving slow, moving with a velvet ease. No need for the shouting, no need for the chase. Just a cold water spray hitting on my tired face. Remembering the family trips packed in the old van. Learning how to be a child before I was a man. Pop had the radio low, playing all the soul hits. Now I'm just a shadow where the heavy bass sits. We watch the bonfires burn, flickering on the coast. Raising up a silent glass, giving a quiet toast to the ones who came before, to the ones who stayed true. Everything I'm building, man, I'm building it for you.
Pacific coast dreaming, drifting in the blue. Finding all the rhythm, finding something new. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul. Letting the vibration finally take control. Finally take control. Finally take control.
Yeah. Met a girl from Malibu with the starlight in her hair. She didn't need the glitter, she didn't even care. We walked along the pier, listening to the Wood Creek, finding all the words that we didn't even have to speak. Sunday morning breakfast, everyone is at the table, building up a legacy, strong as we are able. Keep the frequency real low, let the salt air in. This is where the ending of the struggle starts to begin. The sun is dipping low, now a fire on the sea, watching all the shadows as they're dancing over me. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the truth, finding all the magic that we buried in our youth. Just a mumble in the mist, a shadow on the deck, feeling all the heavy bass vibrating in my neck. The tide is coming in now, washing out the track, moving toward the future, never looking back. Rolling down the avenue, headlights on the chrome, heading to the place that I always call my home. Cousins on the corner, just a quiet wave of hand, watching how the moonlight covers all the dusty land. No need for the sirens, no need for the glare, just the smell of night blooming jasmine in the air. Keep the seat reclined, let the heavy rhythm guide, taking all my brothers for a slow and steady ride.
Remembering my big brother, polishing his shoes, telling me that life is just a game you gotta choose. He had a steady hand and a heart made of stone, but he never let us feel like we were ever all alone. Now I'm standing here where the concrete meets the sky, watching all the heavy years slowly passing by. Keep the circle tight, keep the family close to heart, every single ending is a brand new place to start.
Midnight in the city, drifting in the deep, secrets of the boulevard that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul, letting the vibration finally take control. Midnight in the city, drifting in the deep, secrets of the boulevard that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul, letting the vibration finally take control.
Met a girl by the theater with the neon in her eyes. She told me she was tired of the city and the lies. We drove out to the viewpoint, watched the lights below, talking about the things that only local people know. Sunday evening dinner, mama's kitchen feeling warm, finding our own peace in the middle of the storm. Keep the frequency real low, let the night air in. This is where the real life is starting to begin. The clock is ticking slow now, moving toward the dawn, thinking about the people who have already moved on. No more chasing shadows, no more running from the truth, finding all the beauty that we missed inside our youth. Just a mumble in the dark, a shadow on the seat, feeling all the heavy bass vibrating in my feet. The boulevard is quiet, just the ghosts are on the track, moving toward the future, never looking back.
Leaning on the old fence, eucalyptus in the air, watching silver moonlight tangled in the branches there. My uncle's on the patio, smoke rising in the line. Everything is mellow, everything is feeling fine. The dog is sleeping steady, dreaming of the open road, while I'm sitting here shedding every heavy load. No need for the bright lights, no need for the fame, just a quiet rhythm, just the honor of the name. Remembering the summers, water balloons in the hose, the way the neighborhood looked in the Sunday clothes. My grandma had the wisdom in every word she spoke, finding all the laughter in the middle of the smoke. She said, keep your garden growing, keep your spirit clean, living out the moments that are hidden and unseen. Now I'm standing tall where the roots meet the clay, watching all the city stress just melt and fade away. Backyard meditations, drifting in the green, finding all the beauty in the places we have been.
Underwater velvet, pulsing through the wood. Everything is working out the way it always should. Met a girl from the hills with the starlight in the walk. We didn't need the music, we didn't need to talk. We sat beneath the lemon tree, shadows on our skin, finding where the outer world ends and we begin. Family reunion, laughter ringing through the night. Everything is hazy, everything is feeling right. Keep the frequency real low, let the shadows grow. Watching how the childhood memories start to catch a glow. The night is getting deeper, stars are burning bright and cold. Thinking about the stories that have never been retold. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the soul. Finding how the broken parts finally become a whole. Just a mumble in the leaves, a shadow on the grass. Watching all the heavy hours slowly start to pass. The bass is like a blanket wrapping around the mind, leaving all the static in the noisy world behind.
Staring at the pier lights, dancing on the black swells. Listen to the stories that the heavy water tells. Got my brother on the railing, staring at the moon, humming along softly to a low and dusty tune. Mama says the ocean has a way of healing all. Watching how the giant waves rise and then they fall. No need for the shouting, no need for the race. Just a cool night mist hitting on my tired face. Remembering the family walk, sand between the toes. Learning how the rhythm of the shoreline comes and goes. Pop had his old hat on, shooting from the spray. Now I'm just a shadow watching night turn into day. We watch the ships go by, flickering on the line, raising up a silent prayer. Everything is fine. To the ones we lost at sea, to the ones who stay true. Everything I'm building, man, I'm building it for you. Me untied reflections, drifting in the blue, finding all the rhythm, finding something new. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul, letting the vibration finally take control. Met a girl from Redondo with the starlight in her eye. She told me she was tired of the city and its lies. We walked along the strand, listening to the wood crack, finding all the words that we didn't even have to speak. Sunday morning breakfast, coffee on the deck, building up a legacy, checking every check. Keep the frequency real low, let the salt air in. This is where the ending of the struggle starts to begin. The tide is going out now, leaving shells up on the sand. Thinking about the future, but it's beautiful, go to land. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the truth. Finding all the magic that we buried in our youth. Just a mumble in the mist, a shadow on the pier, feeling all the heavy bass rattling my head. The world is getting quiet, just the ghosts are on the track, moving toward the future, never looking back. Sitting on the hood, watching the ember sun go down, painting all the houses in the sleepy little town. Got my brother on the porch, lacing up his shoes, talking about the future, paying all our dues. The driveway is warm, holding on to the heat, feeling the vibration from the rhythm in the street. No need for the shouting, no need for the noise, just the simple magic of these childhood joys. Remembering the Sunday wash, suds on the old car, thinking about how far we've come, and yet we're never far from the roots that we planted in this golden soil, lifting up the family through the sweat and the toil. Pop had the radio on, a low and steady hum, beating like the rhythm of a distant dusty drum. Everything is mellow, everything is in its place, seeing all the history in a familiar face. Amber light is fading, drifting in the deep, promises of home that we're always gonna keep. Amber light is fading, drifting in the deep, promises of home that we're always gonna keep.
Met a girl from the neighborhood, eyes like the dawn. We sat and watched the shadows stretching over the lawn. We didn't need the bright lights, we didn't need the fame. Just a quiet pride that's attached to the name. Sunday evening dinner, mama's call from the door, spilling out like honey on the polished kitchen floor. Keep the frequency real low, let the night air in. This is where the real life is starting to begin. Stars are peeking through now, silver and the black. Looking at the driveway, never looking back. No more chasing shadows, no more running from the truth. Finding all the beauty that we missed inside our youth. Just a mumble in the dark, a shadow on the seat. Feeling all the heavy bass vibrating in my feet. The neighborhood is quiet, just the ghosts are on the track. Moving toward the future, never looking back. The neighborhood is quiet, just the ghosts are on the track. Moving toward the future, never looking back. Amber light is fading, drifting in the deep. Promises of home that we're always gonna keep, gonna keep.
Midnight in the garden, jasmine stick in the air. Looking at the moon without a single care. Got my brother on the swing, staring at the sky, watching all the heavy hours slowly passing by. The concrete is cooling, releasing all the heat, while we find a rhythm in the heartbeat of the street. No need for the talking, no need for the sound, just the velvet vibration shaking up the ground. Remembering the stories that my grandma used to tell about the golden secrets and the wishes in the well. She had a voice like honey, flowing through the dark, leaving on our spirits a permanent mark. Family is the fortress, family is the light, keeping us together through the middle of the night. Now I'm standing steady where the shadows grow, watching how the childhood memories start to catch a glow.
Jasmine in the moonlight, drifting in the deep. Secrets of a valley that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing through the soul. Everything is mellow, losing all control.
Met a girl from the foothills with the canyon in the highs. She told me all the truth, stripped away the lies. We sat upon the porch watching fireflies dance, giving every moment just a little bit of chance. Sunday morning peace, everyone is still asleep while the sub-bass rhythm is buried in this deep. Keep the frequency real low, let the lavender remain, washing out the ego, washing out the dusty grain. The stars are burning holes in the fabric of the night. Everything is hazy, everything is feeling right. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the truth. Finding all the beauty that we missed inside our youth. Just a mumble in the breeze, a shadow on the track, moving toward the future, never looking back. The bass is like a blanket, keeping us so warm, finding our own silence in the middle of the storm.
Walking by the lake, silver light on the shore, feeling like I've been here 1,000 times before. Got my cousin on the bench, staring at the tide. Nothing left to prove, nothing left to hide. The air is getting chilly, coming off the hills, while the heavy bass rhythm cures all of the ills. No need for the shouting, no need for the game, just a quiet pride that's attached to the name. Remembering the porch talks late into the night, watching how the embers of the fire burn bright. My old man had a way of making everything clear. Keep your vision focused, never giving to the fear. Now I'm standing steady where the grass meets the stone, finding all the power in being all alone. Keep the circle tight, keep the family in the light, moving
like a shadow through the middle of the night.
Silver Lake is calling, drifting in the deep. Promises of peace that we're always gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul. Letting the vibration finally take control. Finally take control. Met a girl from the east side, eyes like the stars. Counting all the blessings, ignoring all the scars. We sat and watched the ducks drift across the glass, watching all the heavy hours slowly start to pass. Sunday evening calm, mama's house is feeling near. Everything we work for is finally sitting here. Keep the frequency real low, let the night air in. This is where the real life is starting to begin.
The moon is at its peak, now we're pouring in the sky. Watching all the clouds as they slowly wander by. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the truth. Finding all the magic that we miss inside our youth. Just a mumble in the dark, a shadow on the sea. Feeling all the heavy bass vibrating in my feet. The lake is getting quiet, just a ghost around the track. Moving toward the future, never looking back.
All my secrets on the peeling garden wall. Got my uncle's old jacket, smelling like the past. Knowing that the quiet moments are the ones that last. The street lights are dimming, flickering in the rain. Washing out the static, washing out the pain. No need for the bright lights, no need for the sound. Just a velvet vibration shaking up the ground. Remembering the Sunday ride, slow and steady pace. Feeling how the wind used to hit me in the face. My pops had the wisdom, he didn't have to shout. Finding who you are, son, is what it's all about. Now I'm standing tall where the sky meets the sea. Building up the legacy for the family and me. Keep the circle small, keep the spirit feeling light. Moving like a phantom through the middle of the night. Blue terrace dreaming, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the neighborhood that we're gonna keep.
From the harbor with the salt in her hair. She told me she was looking for a breath of fresh air. We sat up on the railing watching fog roll in, finding where the ocean ends and we begin. Family reunion, laughing the hazy dark, leaving on the universe a quiet little mark. Keep the frequency real low, let the lavender remain. Washing out the ego, washing out the dusty grain. The stars are getting distant, fading into gray. Waiting for the morning sun to turn the night to day. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the soul. Finding how the broken parts finally become a whole. Just a mumble in the breeze, a shadow on the track. Moving toward the future, never looking back. The bass is like a blanket, keeping us warm. Finding no silence in the middle of the storm.
Blue terrace dreaming, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the neighborhood that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing through the bone. Finding all the power when you're standing all alone.
Yeah, leaning on the eucalyptus bark beneath my hand. Thinking about the stories written in the desert sand. Got my brother on the driveway, fixing up the lights, preparing for the journey in the long heavy nights. The air is thick with lavender, drifting from the yard.
Trying to find a peace when the world is hitting hard. No need for the shout and no need for the stress. Just a velvet silence in this beautiful mess. Remembering the playground, the asphalt and the heat. The way we used to run with the rhythm in our feet. My uncle had a saying while he sipped on his brew: the only thing that matters is the love you give the crew. Now I'm standing steady where the hills meet the sky, watching all the heavy years slowly passing by. Keep the circle tight, keep the family in the light, moving like a shadow through the middle of the night. Ghost chords are ringing, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the canyon that we're always gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul, letting the vibration finally take control. Met a girl by the observatory, eyes like the stars. She told me we were more than just the sum of our scars. We sat and watched the city, a carpet made of gold, talking about the futures that have never been foretold. Sunday evening prayer, mama's house is feeling warm, finding our shelter in the middle of the storm. Keep the frequency real low, let the night air in. This is where the real life is starting to begin. The moon is getting hazy, a halo in the mist, thinking about the moments and the lovers that we kissed. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the truth, finding all the magic that we buried in our youth. Just a mumble in the dark, a shadow on the sea, feeling all the heavy bass vibrating in my feet. The canyon is quiet, just the ghosts are on the track, moving toward the future, never looking back.
Watching from the rooftop, the revolution slow. It's not in the shouting, it's in the seeds we grow. My brother's in the basement, painting out the plan, changing up the world, one spirit, one man. The air is cold and biting, but the heart is feeling fire. Climbing up the ladder, moving higher and higher. No need for the banners, no need for the noise, just the quiet power of our girls and our boys. Remembering the struggles, the walls we had to climb, finding all the rhythm in the middle of the crime. My grandpa used to whisper, the soul is never bound, even when they try to keep you buried in the ground. Now I'm standing steady where the iron meets the silk, feeding all the hungry with the kindness and the milk. Keep the family focused, keep the vision clear. The only thing to conquer is the shadow of the fear. Velvet revolution, drifting in the deep. Promises of freedom that we're always gonna keep. Underwater rhythm, pulsing in the chest. In this hazy morning, we find a place to rest. Velvet revolution, drifting in the deep. Promises of freedom that we're always gonna keep. Underwater rhythm, pulsing in the chest. In this hazy morning, we find a place to rest. Met a girl at the rally, eyes like the rising sun. She told me that the battle has only just begun. We sat beside the fountain, watching water turn to gold, talking about the stories that the brave have always told. Sunday morning meeting, community is one, working for the future under the California sun. Keep the frequency real low, let the justice in. This is where the story of the people start to begin. The fog is finally lifting, revealing all the truth, healing all the wounds that we carry since our youth. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the light, just a steady march through the middle of the night. Just a mumble in the breeze, a shadow on the wall, standing up together so we never have to fall. The bass is like a heartbeat, steady and so true. Everything I'm changing, man, I'm changing it for you.
Watching the sun dip behind the concrete line. Everything is golden, everything is fine. Got my cousins on the balcony, watching smoke rise, seeing the whole city through these heavy tired eyes. The warmth is leaving slowly, the shadows getting long, while the sub bass carries the rhythm of the song. No need for the talking, no need for the light, just the velvet feeling of the coming of the night. Remembering my uncle with his records in the hall, The way the heavy rhythm used to vibrate through the wall. He said, keep your head up even when the clouds are gray. Finding all the sunshine in a different kind of way. Now I'm standing steady where the palm trees meet the stars. Healing all the history, hiding all the scars. Keep the family gathered, keep the spirit in the flow. Watching how the memories start to catch a steady glow. Golden hours sinking, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the coastline that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing through the chest. In this hazy sanctuary, we find our place to rest. Met a girl from the valley with the sunset and a smile. She said stay a little longer, stay a little while. We sat up on the rooftop watching neon start to blink. Taking all the moments, taking time to really think. Family dinner starting, I can hear the distant plates. Opening the spirit, opening the heavy gates. Keep the frequency real low, let the lavender remain. Washing out the static, washing out the dusty grain. The sky's turning purple, then a deep and dusty blue. Thinking about the journey, thinking about the crew. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the soul. Finding how the broken parts finally come whole. Just a mumble in the twilight, a shadow on a track. Heading for the midnight, never looking back. The bass is like a blanket, wrapping around the mind. Leaving all the noise and the busy world behind. Golden hours sinking, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the coastline that we're gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing through the chest. In this hazy sanctuary, we find our place to rest.
Sitting under the magnolia, petals falling on the grass. Watching all the heavy clouds slowly start to pass. Got my brother on the porch, staring at the street. Feeling all the vibration coming through our feet. The air is cool and heavy, smelling like the rain. Finding all the beauty, letting go of all the pain. No need for the bright lights, no need for the sound. Just the velvet rhythm shaking up the ground. Remember in the old days, the laughter in the park, the way we used to navigate the shadows in the dark. My grandma had a song, she'd hum it real low, teaching us the secret of the things we need to know. Now I'm standing steady where the silver moon is high, watching all the heavy years slowly passing by. Keep the circle small, keep the family in the light, moving like a shadow through the middle of the night. Magnolia mist is falling, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the neighborhood that we're always gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul, letting the vibration finally take control. Met a girl by the canyon, eyes like the morning dew. She told me that the whole world is turning into new. We sat upon the ridge, watching city lights below, talking about the things that only spirits really know. Sunday morning silence, everyone is still in bed, while the sub-bass rhythm is dancing in my head. Keep the frequency real low, let the night air in. This is where the real life is starting to begin. The clock is moving slow now, heading for the dawn. Thinking about the journey and the people who are gone. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the truth. Finding all the magic that we buried in our youth. Just a mumble in the leaves, a shadow on the seat. Feeling all the heavy bass vibrating in my feet. The street is getting quiet, just the ghosts are on the track. Moving toward the future, never looking back. Driving past the city, lavender sky above. Nothing but the rhythm and a little bit of love. Got my sister in the back, sleeping through the ride. Watching how the freeway lights start to slip and slide. The air is getting thinner, heading for the hills, while the heavy bass vibration kills all the chills. No need for the destination, no need for the map, just the velvet rhythm falling in my lap. Remembering the picnics under the willow tree, thinking about the person that I'm supposed to be. My pops had a steady hand upon the steering wheel, teaching me the way the heavy spirit's supposed to feel. Now I'm standing steady where the road meets the stars, leaving
Leaving all the noise behind, leaving all the scars. Keep the windows up tight, let the hazy music flow. Watching how the childhood memories start to catch a glow. Louder than the glow is fading, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the highway that we're always gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing in the soul, letting the vibration finally take control. Yeah. Met a girl at the rest stop, eyes like the open sea. She said the road is long, but you're exactly where you should be. We watched the trucks roll by like giants in the night, talking about the future and the coming of the light. Sunday afternoon rest, everyone is feeling blessed. Underneath the heavy sun, putting worries to the test. Keep the frequency real low, let the night air in. This is where the real life is starting to begin. The stars are getting clearer, a million miles away, waiting for the silver moon to turn the night to day. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the truth. Finding all the magic that we buried in our youth. Just a mumble in the breeze, a shadow on the sea. Feeling all the heavy bass vibrating in my feet. The road is getting quiet, just the ghosts are on the track. Moving toward the future, never looking back.
Yeah. Sunday in the basement, light filtering through the dust. Building up a world based on the rhythm and the trust. Got my cousins on the couch, nodding to the slow beat. Escaping from the heavy air in the city heat. The walls are vibrating, humming with the sound. Deep beneath the surface, deep beneath the ground. No need for the sunlight, no need for the day. Just the velvet vibration washing it all away. Remembering the family dinners, the laughter and the steam. Life is just a fragment of a long and heavy dream. My uncle had the records stacked up by the wall, teaching us to stand up straight, even when we fall. Now I'm sinking deeper, where the silence is a song. Finding where the spirit and the heavy bass belong. Keep the circle quiet, keep the family in the light. Moving like a shadow through the middle of the night. Subterranean Sunday, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the valley that we're always gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing through the bone. Finding all the power when you're standing all alone. Yo. Met a girl from the harbor with the ocean in her eyes. She told me she was tired of the city and the lies. We sat beneath the stairs, listened to the pipes hum, waiting for the future and the better days to come. Family gathering upstairs, I can hear the heavy feet while we're finding sanctuary in the low and heat. Keep the frequency real low, let the lavender remain. Washing out the ego, washing out the dusty grain. Stars are just a memory far above the floor. Everything is quiet behind the heavy wooden door. No more chasing phantoms, no more running from the soul. Finding how the broken parts finally become a whole. Just a mumble in the dark, a shadow on the track. Moving toward the future, never looking back. The bass is like a blanket, keeping us so one. Finding our silence in the middle of the storm. Subterranean Sunday, drifting in the deep. Secrets of the valley that we're always gonna keep. Underwater velvet, pulsing through the